Hello everyone, and welcome to the Tamagotchi Nano review video. This time we're going to be looking at the latest Jujutsu Kaisen Tamagotchi, which is for the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, and this is called the Jujutsutchi Zero. A whole bunch of words in there, and I didn't really get that tongue-tied, so go me. So in any case, I have on the screen this Tamagotchi Nano's poo equivalent, which is in the same vein as a lot of the anime collaboration nanos, is a bad guy that instead of piling up as poo typically does on virtual pets like the Tamagotchi, it just moves further and further across the screen, pushing your character across the screen. Of course, you fight it. Looks like Numemon from Digimon. You fight it, and then your character is happy about that. And it's sort of, it works exactly like poo on all the other virtual pets. This is just the poo equivalent because you can't just have people pooing everywhere, I guess. So this is the character that I have. As I've mentioned on basically all of my Tamagotchi Nano videos, I do not know this franchise. I haven't even watched one episode, haven't even read one volume or one chapter. I just like Tamagotchi Nanos, so you can shame me in the comments about that. So, I don't know who this character is. I'm going to call her Scully, because she reminds me of Dana Scully from the X-Files. She's got a little suit on, I think, and I don't know, she looks like Scully from the X-Files, so let's just say that she's Scully for now. We have icons here that aren't words, like in a lot of the international market Tamagotchis, these are icons, which I definitely prefer to just words. So here we have the food option, and it's pretty straightforward. We get onigiri as the meal, and I'm guessing that's like anpan or something for the snack. So we'll just feed Scully up and until she refuses, and then we'll go with the snack, which, yeah, I think that's like anpan or something similar, like, yeah, I'm just going to say it's anpan. It kind of like looks with it like it is because it, I don't know, it's got stuff inside it. And that's the snack. And while you can, she will eventually refuse the meal. No one will ever refuse a snack, which is very realistic if I'm being honest. So we have those two options as the food options. And then we have our games, which I guess those are two fists. So we've got these three games. The first one is, I'm sure he's a character that's really important to the show, but he just looks like an angry man to me. Now, what's this one? This is the button mashing game. So, basically every Nano has the same selection or similar selection of games from the Nano game pool. So, they just have their own skin of whatever that franchise is. So this one being the button mash one is probably one of the most common Nano games that can be on something. It's also my favorite because it's the easiest. You just mash this button. And it's pretty easy to get a perfect result. Each game has, and basically all of how you take care of your character helps result in it taking the certain form. So you'll start off as a character, and then the level of care and the quality of care and how you perform in the games will help dictate what character that you get. Now, a lot of people ask on these videos how do you find out the requirements, and they mostly tend to be written up on the Tamagotchi Wikia. So go to the Tamagotchi Wikia and then find whatever Tamagotchi that you want to know the requirements for, go to characters, and it'll give you a list of the requirements. Sometimes it's like, never have it be angry, basically. You always have to make sure it's fully fed, and it never really is unfed or unhappy when you check the status by pressing C. And she's pretty happy at the moment. She's fully fed. She's a happy little Dana Scully from the X-Files. And yeah, and then that's how happy she is, I guess. And it also tends to look at your performance in the games as well. So how many perfect results you get, how many just okay results, or if you don't play any games, that also can result in a different character. So the level of care and the quality of your performance in those games help dictate the character that you will get. For example, I got Dana Scully. Let's check out the second game. Now, what is this one? Oh, this one is the timing game. I guess I'm taking a photo of what looks to be a crepe. So I have to take a photo when it's exactly in the center. Oh, and not holding it up out of frame. This is another fairly common game. It's the one that I'm typically the worst at. If you've watched my previous Tamagotchi Nano review and unboxing videos, you'll always see me do badly at those. Let's try another one. So I guess these two, I guess, are on a date and they go to get a crepe and they're taking a photo of the crepe. I'm sure that makes sense if, oh, yeah, I told you, I'm terrible at this. So yeah, you have to wait until it's perfectly in the middle and then you press the B button. And then she's happy. It wasn't a perfect result because I still missed one, but it was still a fine result. I still passed. And then we have the I Love Panda game. I'm just thinking of Ranma 1/2 because they had a panda in that. So the aim of this game, it's kind of like slots, except for the first two are already filled in. You have to get a panda. I love glasses. No, that's not what it's looking for. It's looking for panda. I hate this game, by the way. This is my least favorite game. I love onigiri. Yeah. There we go. So this slot game is one of the least common games that I've seen on the Tamagotchi Nano releases. Tiny Tan had a similar one on that Nano, but it's not really common. I love onion rings? Yeah, I'm not very good at the slot games. But you get the general idea. It's kind of how you would expect it to go. I'm terrible at that. I don't think I'll ever be able to get a perfect on that game. Always, I mean, it is weirder to not get a perfect on the button mashing game because it's just pressing the A button. The only Tamagotchi Nano that has the button mashing game where it's actually not easy is the Molcar Nanos, but that's because of a building fault where the buttons just are harder to press and you actually have to like force them in. And it's just the Molcar Nanos that have that problem. I've mentioned that before. The buttons are typically fine to press, but that's the only time the button mashing one isn't as easy, but even then I still get perfect. So I always get the ones that require lots of perfect results from the button mashing game. So overall, those are my thoughts on the second Jujutsu Kaisen Tamagotchi Nano. It is pretty cute, pretty fun. I'm not a fan of the series, as I've mentioned, but if you are a fan of the series, I would probably recommend picking this up or the previous Jujutsu Kaisen Tamagotchi. It is perfectly fine. I enjoy it. So in terms of my ratings, enjoyment is an 8 out of 10. It's actually no, a 9 out of 10 is what I usually give for a Tamagotchi Nano unless it's really good or unless it has problems or anything that is lacking. It's 9 out of 10. I do love the Nanos. It doesn't have anything that's specifically unique for this Nano except for characters from this franchise. It doesn't change it up at all by making it anything different than the other Nano releases. So yeah, it's a 9 out of 10. It's not an 8 because 8 is typically what I give to Nanos that have problems or that could have been better. For example, the Hatsune Miku Tamagotchi I gave an 8 to because there are a lot of missed opportunities, at least in my opinion. The Molcar Nanos I've also given an 8 for because they have the button issue that I mentioned earlier. And ease of use, that's always a 10 out of 10, except for the Molcar Nano, because they are very easy to look after. I'm fairly busy throughout the day, and sometimes I'm too busy to check my Tamagotchi for the entire day. And it's never really a bad thing. I can just kind of leave this in my bag and it doesn't really die. Getting bad care is fairly hard to do. You only really have to check it a few times a day, not a few times an hour like with some releases for the virtual pets. I'm a big fan of that. A lot of people might still want something that's a little bit more demanding, which I guess the Tamagotchi Nano isn't very good if you want something that is a challenge. The Tamagotchi Nano are exceptionally easy in terms of virtual pets, very low maintenance, and that's why I'm a big fan of them. That's why I collect them. I just really like them. So those are my thoughts on this Nano. If you're a fan of this franchise, then absolutely you'll love it. If you're not a fan, you can probably give it a miss and get a Nano from something that you are a fan of. But if you like Nanos, then definitely I recommend it. So those are my thoughts for this Nano. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc. in the comment section below. Like this video for clearly Dana Scully, or at least in my mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 14,000 subscribers by my birthday, so June 6th. And I'm also trying to get 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your vaguely X-Files lookalike people, friends, to subscribe and check my channel out. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!